Reacting to the embarrassing exchange of letters between Chief Justice of India H.L. Dattu, Supreme Court Judge Joseph Kurian and Kurian's letter to Prime Minister Narendra Modi over scheduling of law conference on Good Friday, senior Supreme Court lawyer KTS Tulsi said the matter is a sensitive one, thus must have been resolved sensitively. Speaking exclusively to NNIS, KTS Tulsi said Good Friday is an important day for Christian community and if Kurian and others had requested a scheduled change for the conference, then the matter should have been looked into keeping the sensitivity of the matter in mind.
It's an unfortunate development, the exchange of letters on the subject which ought to have been discussed across the table and decided amicably. But I find that perhaps there has not been proper appreciation of the fact that Justice Kurian Joseph is a devout Christian and this is an extremely important event for Christians. He is a priest himself and he is very highly ranked. He is intimately connected with the church. He has to deliver a sermon. So this is not the way the Chief Justice ought to have reacted that, well, it should have been resolved in a more amicable manner, but the tenor of the letter of the Chief Justice perhaps provoked Justice Kurian even more. I can also understand the point of view of the Chief Justice that Chief Justices have in India nowadays very short tenures. Fortunately, he has a tenure of over a year, but he is very desirous of leaving an imprint on the justice system, which will perhaps become faster, and for that purpose, whatever policy is to be framed, that policy has to be framed in consultation with the Chief Justices of the High Courts, because they are the ones who are going to implement this policy. And he has little over 6 months to retire. He's obviously short of time and wanted to do this at the earliest. But I think still he ought to have been able to accommodate the viewpoint of his colleagues. If certain Christian countries also work, that must be maybe optional. But in this case, the sensitivities of the matter ought to have been realized and worked out much better.
Expressing his strong reservations over the All India Chief Justice Conference being held on Good Friday, sitting Supreme Court Judge Justice Kurian Joseph had shot off a letter to the Prime Minister 3 days before the event was to start. Justice Joseph wrote the letter in response to an invite by the Prime Minister for a dinner fixed for Saturday after he failed to persuade CJI H.L. Dattu that the conference should not have been held on Good Friday, a day considered holy for the Christian community.
Powered by NNIS.